Hi everybody, Garling with you today. I made a little canvas using Lindy's Stamp Gang's Magicals and their embossing powders. Here's some little close-up pics to show you. I also use the Magicals to colour my feathers, to colour my little flowers. Simple little project. So let's get started. First up, I made a couple of colour swatches to see what colours I wanted to use, and that's what I'm going to use. So there we go. You can see I'm sticking on some various mesh and so forth with some gel medium to create some lovely texture. I find the more texture you have on the background, the magicals even show off more beautiful because all the little pieces of mica go in all the grooves and it looks so nice. Now I'm going to apply some texture paste. So I'm really having an overload of lovely yummy texture here on my little canvas. Just using a Harlequin stencil and texture paste. I'll dry that off. Next up, I'm just going to sponge a little bit of gesso over the mesh just to give it a bit of grip for the magicals to stick to. Nothing too fancy, all very simple. Okay, I'm using 3 colour magicals, as you can see there. Sassy Sapphire, High Maintenance Magenta, and Prima Donna Purple. I've sprayed my little canvas with water first and just very roughly brushing on a tiny bit. A little bit goes such a long way with these magical powders. They're so highly pigmented and full of shimmer. They're gorgeous. Now again, I'm using water there to spread the powder, and that also helps blend your colours beautifully too. Just dry that off. And now I think I'll add some of the Sassy Sapphire, just a tiny little bit, just to create some contrast. As I said before, in the magicals, a little bit goes a really long way. Good value, actually. Now, how beautiful does that look? All those gorgeous colours blended together. There you go. I'm very happy with how that background looks. I was going to use some of the purple spray, but I don't think there's any need to. Okay, now I'm going to prepare my chipboard because I'm going to heat emboss that with the with some Lindy's gold embossing powder tool. So I'll just put a bit of tape on some paper, stick the chippy down, that way I don't have to hold it. And now I'm applying some embossing ink and the Lindy's gold Midas embossing powder. I just think the gold will make a lovely contrast to those gorgeous colours on my background. Okay, now I'll heat those. I'm using the magicals to do quite a few different things today. I'm also going to, when I finish here, I'm going to colour some paper, and then I'm going to create some flowers out of that paper, and I'm also going to colour some feathers with the magicals too, because they are such a versatile little product. Yes, happy with how that gold looks against the canvas background. Okay, now you can see I've got a couple of pieces of just plain white cardstock, which I put a bit of gesso on, spray them with water, and just very roughly add some magicals. No rhyme or reasoning, just blend it in there. I'll put a tiny bit of the purple in now, a bit more water to spread and blend it. That's exactly the effect I was after, a beautiful watercolour effect. Good way to use up your scraps too, doing this. You could use these sorts of panels in your layers behind your photos. I mean, there's so many things you can use pretty scraps like this for. Okay, so they're dried off now. How beautiful do they look? So shimmery. Now I'm going to die cut a couple of little flowers out of these. I want to get each petal with a little bit of the colour variation. There you go, you can see I've cut them. And now I'm using just some flower shaping tools because I hate bland, flat. We like nice texture. So it's a stylus with a ball either end, but the secret is this rubber, high density rubber mat, and this helps you shape the cardstock into a petal shape. By running the stylus over, that's actually breaking the fibre in the paper down, and it allows you to shape it so that it doesn't just sit flat. And I've turned it over, poked it in the middle, and then I just repeat the process. So simple to do this. And I'll just glue them together, making sure each one is offset to the one before. And I might just finish off with some gold micro beads, just for a bit of pizzazz. There you go, all finished. How simple was that? And they look so nice. You could also stamp on those as well before you glued them and so forth. There's a lot of options you could do there. Okay, so now I'm going to colour some feathers that I've got using magicals. Again, I've used water, and that'll help the magicals colour up and spread across the feathers. These coloured actually far better than I had anticipated. I'm really happy how they came out. So I'll set them aside to dry while we start putting our little canvas together. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of stamping first. This will just add some more visual texture. And a few splashes of black and a few of white for good measure. I mean, you're just layering, I should say, sorry, layering up all those lovely textures and colours, and yeah, it makes for such a beautiful background. Dry that off. Now we can start sticking everything down. I'm really happy how the gold embossing looks against the beautiful colour background there. I just thought I'd add a little bit of turquoise in that corner. That was a little afterthought, but that's okay. That's all good. Okay, I might put some fibres down first, again adding to my textures. And now I'm going to glue my little chipboard dream catchers down. I broke that middle piece off. Never mind, just glue him back on. You won't notice. Here we go. Yeah, no, I'm happy with how the gold looks against those gorgeous bright colours. Now for the flowers. Just gluing those all on. And now for the feathers. I kept a couple of the feathers white because I think we needed some contrast happening there. And then the turquoise ones. You can see I've got a dry brush and I'm just brushing the feather pieces apart just so they stand out all nice and fluffy. Oh, I'm so happy how that turquoise colour looks on those feathers. I mean, that is really pretty. I mean, they're so delicate, it's hard to see in the video, but in real life, they really look quite, yeah, quite good. Okay, so we're happy how that's going. We've stuck it all down. Now to finish off with, I'm just going to add some shaved mica flakes. I'm using gel medium to stick these down. Some shaved mica flakes, some crushed glass glitter in gold, and some turquoise glass micro beads. You can use glue to do this, but I just find that the gel medium is just quick and easy. Oh, I love that mica powder on the mica of the magicals. It just is creating a most glorious shimmery effect. Gold crushed glass glitter. Just sprinkled around here and there. Okay, that's the microflakes I'm just showing. There we go, we're all finished. You can see there all the colours and the textures and the sparkle and the shimmer. Such a simple little canvas. This is going to be a gift for my granddaughter for her bedroom wall. Well, that's all from me today. I hope I've inspired you to perhaps try another little project like that yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.